Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Welcome to the launch of Connect India Japan magazine, the gateway to the dynamic and ever evolving relationship between two of the Asia's very influential nations. As we delve into the realms of diplomacy, culture, trade, defense, and innovation, our magazine seeks to bridge the geographical gap between India and Japan, showcasing the rich tapestry of connections that binds these two nations together. Connect India Japan magazine aims to be our trusted source for insights, stories, and dialogues that drive these connections forward. We invite you to embark on this journey with us as we explore the multifaceted facts of India Japan relation and the significance of their bond in shaping the future of Asia and the world.
Today, as we embark on this remarkable journey of bridging the gap between the two nations, India and Japan, and witness history in the making, I, Yutika Rajanak,
And I, Ananya Rajiv,
would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the esteemed dignitaries who have enlightened us with their presence in the launch event of the Connect India Japan today. We've been graced today by the esteemed presence of our chief guests, Dr. Arif Mohammed Khan, the Honorable Governor of the state of Kerala. Dr. Khan's unwavering commitment to public service, his deep wisdom, and his dedication to fostering unity and progress make him a beacon of a leader in our nation. I would also like to welcome Professor Tomohiko Taniguchi, Special Advisor and Speechwriter of the late Honorable Japanese Prime Minister, Mr. Shinzo Abe, Lieutenant General Kulkarni, sir, Dr. Shelja Sharma, Director of the United Nations Statistical Institute for Asia and the Pacific, Mr. Suzuki Takashi, Director General, JETRO, India, Mr. Kenzie Sugino, President of Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, India, Lieutenant General Kawaljeet Singh Dillon, Ms. Misa Sakurabayashi, the Defense Writer, Mr. Anup Agarwal, sir, President of the Rich Diamonds Incorporation, Mr. Sumit Grover, sir, Vice President of Tech Mahindra, Mr. James Angelis, President of International Security Industry Council, Mr. Late Rabindran, Mr. L. Rabindran, Immediate Past President, Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Dr. Satoru Nagao, Fellow Non-Resident of the Hudson Institute, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Scientist and Writer, Mr. Tomio Isogai, ex-MD of Sharp, Mr. Rajesh Pandya, MD of Kai India, and all our respectable guests who are present today.
And how can we forget the visionary behind this initiative, our founder, Ms. Nupur Tiwari? Without her vision, we would not be gathered here today. We would also like to welcome the members of the Connect India Japan team who are with us today.
Both India and Japan have made significant contributions in the world's development. And through this magazine, we aim to bring both these countries closer and hence strengthen bilateral ties.
Before we begin, may I kindly request your attention?
Cultural connections are the seeds of empathy that grow into the trees of diplomacy. Before we move forward, let us play a video showcasing the firm bilateral ties between India and Japan, along with the mission that Connect India Japan has launched to set out.
文化的なつながりは外交の基へと成長する共感の種です。次に進む前に、インドと日本の強固な二国間関係とコネクトインディアジャパンが立ち上げた使命を紹介するビデオを再生しましょう。
Very precise right now. We are honored to have the opportunity to have Dr. Arif Mohammed Khan, a scholar, a prominent figure in the Indian politics. His illustrious career, marked by his dedication to public service and his significant contributions to our nation, is an inspiration to us all. His presence here today elevates the importance of this gathering. So could we please be joined by Mr. Arif Mohammed Khan and extend a very warm and respectful welcome to him. Sir, I now request you to please unveil and launch the magazine, followed by your words of wisdom. We eagerly await your speech and insights that you have to share with us today. Sir, we would now request you to please unveil the magazine and give us your words of wisdom that we've all been waiting for.
Friends, good afternoon to all the ladies and gentlemen who are attending this program. I am delighted to release the business magazine Connect India and Japan, which seeks to strengthen and consolidate cooperation between India and Japan in various areas. Though this bilingual magazine is a novel venture, the relations between India and Japan are centuries old. In modern times, India has looked towards Japan as a model in the spirit of resilience and determination. Despite having received the worst shocks of nuclear attacks, Japan rose to become a role model to the world through its hard work and discipline, attaining enviable progress and overtaking the powers that once tried to eliminate its people. Historically, it was the most positive response to a great tragedy. I recall that in 1949, the then Prime Minister, Shri Jawaharlal Nehru, had gifted an Indian elephant to a zoo in Tokyo. The elephant, which is seen as a sacred animal in our tradition, symbolizes strength, power, wisdom, and good luck. Admiration for Japanese values of hard work and discipline has always found its place in public discourse in India. So also have the state-of-the-art technology that manages Japan's railways, industries, and other areas. Indo-Japanese relations are known to have begun as early as the 6th century. It is said that Japan first came into contact with India during the reign of Emperor Kimmi. The time was 539 to 571 AD. The Indian missionary Bodhisena also visited Japan along with his followers and became the Buddhist bishop known as Brahmin Bishop of Japan till he died in 760 AD. Indian culture filtered through Buddhism has had a great impact on Japanese culture, and this is the source of Japanese people's sense of closeness to India. It is said that without Indian influence, Japanese culture would not be what it is today. The Japanese links with Buddhism in India continue today, with a number of Japanese visiting to cities like Shravasti and Bodh Gaya. Japan and India were linked through a common feeling of Pan-Asianism, especially during the period of the Indian Renaissance, when India was keenly looking at building a spirit of Asian oneness. This trend had influenced intellectuals like Swami Vivekananda, who visited Japan in 1893 and was hugely impressed by Japanese nationalism. He advised Indian students and intellectual leaders not to waste their time on touchableness and untouchableness of this food or that and emulate the Japanese for what they were doing. In fact, the Oriental Young Men's Association, found in 1900, served as a platform for increased interaction between our two countries and other Asian students in Japan, encouraging many Indian students to deplore British colonialism. During the freedom struggle, when we decided to boycott foreign goods, we relied on Japan to meet our requirements. In fact, a prominent Indian newspaper, Kesari, called on people to choose Japanese goods over all other foreign manufactured ones. In 1893, Indian industrialist J.N. Tata visited Japan and set up an office there. The initiation of trade ties led to the establishment of a Japanese consulate office in Bombay and consulate general office in Kolkata. Then came the Indo-Japanese Trade Convention, marking the opening of regular ocean transport between the two sides. Today, we have come a long way since Japan and India signed a peace treaty and established diplomatic relations on 28 April 1952. This treaty was one of the first peace treaties Japan signed after World War II. Ever since the establishment of diplomatic relations, the two countries have enjoyed cordial relations. In the post-World War period, India's iron ore helped a great deal in Japan's recovery from the devastation. Former Prime Minister Yoshiro Mori's visit to India in August 2000 provided the momentum to strengthen the Indo-Japanese relationship. Mr. Mori and Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji decided to establish a global partnership between Japan and India. The Prime Minister level visits, which followed in later years, also helped strengthen relations. Today, Japan is regarded as a key partner in India's economic transformation. You may recall that the India-Japan Digital Partnership was launched during the visit of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to Japan in October 2018. His recent visit to Hiroshima and discussions on bilateral ties also deserve mention. Of late, we have also strengthened our ties in disaster risk reduction, skill development, and science and technology. One similarity between India and Japanese technology is the focus on research and development. Both countries invest heavily in R&D, and they have a large number of skilled scientists and engineers. Both India and Japan are active participants in international research and development collaborations. This collaboration helps both countries to access new technologies and to develop new partnerships. In recent years, there has been a change in the composition of the Indian community in Japan with the arrival of a large number of professionals, including IT professionals and engineers, professionals in management, finance, education, and other areas. India has also been keenly watching Japan's concept of Society 5.0, which is a human-centered society approach that balances economic advancement with the resolution of social problems by integrating cyberspace and physical space. It means the creation of a society where social challenges are to be resolved by incorporating the innovations of the fourth industrial revolution, like the Internet of Things, big data, artificial intelligence, robotics, and others. The society of the future will be one in which new values and services are created continuously, making people's lives more conformable and sustainable. I understand that at the heart of Society 5.0 is addressing Japan's challenge of aging population and human resources. Japan is today known for its increasing number of elderly, with people aged 65 and older in Japan make up a quarter of its total population, estimated to reach a third by 2030. Here, let me point out the case of Kerala, which also faces the challenge of a growing population of the elderly people. This has come as an after effect of the robust public health system, which has improved longevity. Let me also tell you about how Japanese filmmakers like Akira Kurosawa, writers like Kazuo Ishiguro, and Japanese martial arts have won large number of admirers in Kerala. I am sure that improving Indo-Japanese relations would benefit Kerala through cooperation in tourism. Last but not the least, Ambassador C.B. George also has roots in Kerala. You have described him as the diplomat who connects Himalayas with Mount Fuji. I would say he connects Sahyadri also. My best wishes for Connect India and Japan magazine to become and remain a creative link that fosters friendship between India and Japan. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Culture ties teaches us we are more alike than different. So with this, let's move forwards towards a video showcasing the firm bilateral ties between India and Japan, along with the mission that Connect India Japan has been launched to set out.
F. モハマドカン博士、スピーチありがとうございました。それではコネクトインディアのビデオをご覧ください。
मेरा नाम नुपुर तिवारी है। こんにちは。 Tiwari Nupur to omoshimasu. Hello, this is Nupur Tiwari, and they are. Audio Jungle. You know what is the common between us? We are the warriors. We all are the warriors to connect India and Japan 360 degree. We have been working tirelessly day and night to do that. We did not have money. We did not have resources. Only the thing we had: willpower, love for both countries, and definitely determination. With these three things, today we are here. We are going to launch our magazine, news portal, CIJ, Connect India Japan news portal on the way, and Connect India Japan business portal is ready. On Connect India Japan business portal, you can put your businesses, you can put your requirement, you can put your resume. It is a mini business network between India and Japan. It will solve all the problems and one-stop solution. So everyone, please be a part of it. Please be part of this revolution, because we all are from the same family. Japanese in India, Indians in Japan. We are a big family with the same goal. You can be a part of it by writing your experiences, writing articles for us. You can give your advertisement, because that is the only way to sustain this dream project of us, of all of us. And last but not the least, the most important, please spread it each and every corner of India and Japan. Why only India and Japan? We believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the one earth, one family, and one future. Spread it everywhere. We will connect. We spread love, positivity, business, culture, and all the best things what human can offer. So please be a part of it, and together we can bring change, we can bring business, we can spread positive things of our cultures, and together we can be one earth, one family, and one future. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Looking forward to your support and love. Namaste. Arigatou gozaimashita. Namaste. मेरा नाम नुपुर तिवारी.
Connect India Japan is indeed a platform that can help bridge the gap between the two countries. The Indian and Japanese civilizations both have endured through the vicissitudes of history and have emerged as vibrant, pluralistic, and open societies.
It is with immense pleasure and great anticipation that I stand before you today to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to a distinguished guest, Professor Tomohiko Taniguchi. He is a renowned scholar, diplomat, who served as a special advisor and speechwriter to Honorable late Japanese PM Shinzo Abe. His expertise and contribution to diplomacy, international relations, and communication have left an incredible mark on the global stage. Sir, stage is yours now.
Thank you very much. I am extremely grateful that we now have a new magazine that will bring India and Japan even closer together. I am also very excited, as this promises to be a thrilling endeavor. I would like to express my sincere respect and gratitude to all those who have worked tirelessly to make the magazine launch and the inauguration event a great success. I am honored to speak after Dr. Arif Mohammed Khan, the governor of Kerala. I haven't been to Kerala, known as God's own country. Ambassador Sibi George, who was sent to Japan by India, comes from one of the ancient Catholic communities in Kerala. Governor Khan is famous for his stand on religious tolerance. India is a big country with so much diversity among its states and people. This makes India special. I hope to visit Kerala soon as it showcases many of India's beautiful qualities. If the late Prime Minister Abe Shinzo were still alive, he would have been delighted to witness the birth of a magazine linking India and Japan. Over the years, being his foreign policy speechwriter has shaped my mindset. Whenever something good happens, I instinctively feel the need to report it to Prime Minister Abe. Even now, I find myself wishing I could tell Prime Minister Abe about my participation in the inaugural event for this new magazine that bridges India and Japan. India held a special place in Abe's heart. As a young boy, Shinzo spent weekends on his grandfather's lap. His grandfather, Kishi Nobusuke, was a vivacious man who laughed a lot and adored his grandchildren. The grandfather recounted to young Shinzo about his trip to India in May 1957. In front of an audience of tens of thousands, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru announced, and quote, "Standing next to me is the leader of a country I deeply respect, Japan." A resounding cheer followed. As the Prime Minister of a country that had lost the war and experienced great humiliation, that moment restored his pride as the leader of the great nation of Japan. It must have deeply touched him, so much so that he shared this memory with his grandson Shinzo years later. As Shinzo matured and understood his grandfather's legacy, he realized that in June 1957, his grandfather traveled to the USA to meet President Dwight Eisenhower. The sequence was India, then the US. Shinzo recognized the significance. The reception in India meant that Kishi was accumulating political capital. India's warm welcome bolstered his confidence, setting him up for his subsequent meeting with the leader of the most powerful country and the great foe of the recent past. For Kishi, India was strategically vital. This strategy was something young Shinzo recognized and saw his grandfather implement in 1957. Exactly 50 years later, with the same conviction, Prime Minister Abe delivered the speech, Confluence of the Two Seas, in the Central Hall of the Indian Parliament, August 2007. A strong India is in the best interest of Japan, and a strong Japan is in the best interest of India, Prime Minister Abe declared. Prime Minister Abe's most enduring legacy is the concept of a free and open Indo-Pacific. Quad links the four countries that underpin the Indo-Pacific. Both concepts hinge on a robust India-Japan relationship, a bond that will only strengthen in the future. Prime Minister Abe envisioned a resilient Japan-India bond in 2049. By then, China will celebrate its centenary. According to Xi Jinping, China's dream must be realized by then. However, this dream might prove nightmarish for many, including China's youth. Yet, there is no cause for concern. Japan and India's partnership will grow stronger with every passing year, cementing their shared future. For Abe Shinzo, India represented hope and a valuable investment for the future. Japan and India share the bilateral relationship with the most potential. Prime Minister Abe once said, repeatedly echoed slogans hold even more power. I genuinely hope that Prime Minister Kishida will express the same sentiment. Now, turning to the business people listening to this speech, I should say that I understand that doing business in India presents its unique challenges. However, the hardships faced today will become laughable memories tomorrow. Embrace your work in India. India's unparalleled belief in the future is something I feel is sometimes missing among the Japanese. Until now, Japanese companies have often sent their proficient English speakers to New York and to London. I urge them to redirect these talents to Delhi now. After all, the intellectuals in Delhi rank among the world's finest, and their legislators and politicians have a keen understanding of global events, often surpassing their Japanese peers. To confidently engage with these brilliant minds, Japanese companies should send their best and brightest to Delhi. But proficiency in English isn't enough. They should also possess a fervor that allows them to resonate emotionally with the Indian people. Next, I appeal to the members of the Foreign Service from both our nations. We stand as bookends to the vast expanse of the Indo-Pacific, both from the West and the East. Both our nations hold a deep pride in our democratic traditions. Yet, we each discuss democracy in our own distinct voices, not merely echoing Western views. Is there a better geographical and philosophical pairing? I believe not. No matter how daunting the challenges, India and Japan must habitually face them together. I particularly address Mr. Kishida with these words, hoping to ignite a passion in his eyes. I wish for Mr. Kishida to always cherish the exhilarating prospects of collaboration with India. Now, the conflict Russia instigated in Ukraine will inevitably conclude at some point. Predicting its end remains challenging, to say the least. However, it's unrealistic to expect one side to claim complete victory while the other suffers total defeat. A compromise must be reached. How can we still ensure justice then and there? This is where wisdom is crucial. What will the European landscape resemble post-conflict? Does a fragmented Europe possess the resilience to envision its future? In these times, the UN is simply useless, period. Thus, I propose a collaborative initiative between Prime Minister Kishida and Prime Minister Modi. Let India and Japan spearhead the transition from a ceasefire to an armistice agreement, followed by the establishment of interim boundaries. An apt location for these prolonged discussions exists in front of the Gandhi statue in Hiroshima, which is actually Mr. Kishida's own constituency. We could construct a temporary conference venue there and invite Russian and Ukrainian representatives for discussions. Both Mr. Modi and Mr. Kishida and Dr. Jaishankar and his Japanese counterpart would serve as co-chairs. Why not name it the Gandhi-Hiroshima Peace Process? Both nations will bear the responsibility of gathering and synthesizing the perspectives of the G7 countries and India representing the global South. This initiative could also culminate in a substantial fund dedicated to Ukraine's post-war reconstruction. The Gandhi-Hiroshima Peace Process has the potential to set the stage for discussions on a new European order. Debates about establishing a security framework, which might stagnate in Europe, could gain momentum in Hiroshima under the watchful gaze of Gandhi's statue. What we need is a profound reinvigoration within the foreign service of both nations. Coupled with that, we require unwavering dedication and leadership from Prime Ministers Modi and Kishida. The global order isn't preordained or handed down to us. The age-old dynamic where Europe and the US shape it and we merely adhere is no longer relevant. The future global order is ours to define. India and Japan can and should shape it. Why should we not? I conclude my address by urging the leaders of Delhi and Tokyo to champion this cause. I am certain that this new magazine will play a pivotal role in strengthening the bond between Japan and India. My heartfelt congratulations. As Prime Minister Abe once stated, when it comes to the Indo-Japanese relationship, the sky is the only limit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your powerful address has truly been an inspiration to us, and we are sure to definitely admire the legacy left behind by the Honorable late Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Shinzo Abe. Thank you very much once again, sir. This address really means a lot to us. We are reminded of a saying, as the lotus blooms in the land of the cherry blossom, India and Japan's friendship flourishes. Today, we are privileged to have in our midst a true hero and a distinguished military leader. So please join me in expressing our deep appreciation and gratitude to Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, sir, for his remarkable service to our nation. We eagerly await the insights he'll share with us today. Sir, over to you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Konnichiwa.
Yes, sir. Konnichiwa.
His Excellency Dr. Arif Mohammed Khan, the Governor of Kerala, Taniguchi-san, who association with the late Prime Minister Abe and the deep friendship that our Prime Minister had with Abe-san is something which we all cherish. Both the speakers before me have covered a lot, and of course, my distinguished panelists, and heartiest congratulations to Nupur-san for this magazine being launched, which would connect India and Japan. What Taniguchi-san said, sky is the limit. There's no denying the fact, sky is the limit, and there's so much to learn. I spent about a year in Japan, so I can say for sure that what I saw and Nupur's directions to me, confine yourself only to 5 minutes, and because of the time restraint, notwithstanding that, the Oriental living and the Occidental thinking is what I saw in Japan. Extremely hardworking people, professionals, humans to the core, and something that would be learned from. And what they saw in Indians was someone who were tech savvy, good in maths, good in computers, and someone that they instantly established a rapport with. And let me be honest, and I can share with Taniguchi-san, the English-speaking population in Japan is huge. Almost all of them, let me be honest, almost all of them read English, can understand English. Over a period of time, when they come in contact with people who speak English, it's fantastic. So much to learn from Japan is unbelievable. I can only share some of my experiences with the Japanese people, the land Nippon, what we call the land of the rising sun. What is it that we see in India? A transformation in India that took place after a long time was most of us when we saw these Maruti cars enter the road of India, and there it was, a total transformation of the technology. The ODA that came, transformed, bringing in metro into India, total transformation in transportation. And a whole lot of brands of Japan, which are so popular, the Sony television. See the amount of effort has been put in for the Sony television is something unbelievable. So we find, even in schools, the origami art which is being taught. And therefore, there is a lot that we can learn from Japan. There's a lot that the Japanese themselves love to. Recently, I had gone down to Imphal, where a nice museum has come up there as a mark of respect and tribute to the Indian National Army soldiers who participated in the Second World War. So much respect for Subhash Chandra Bose, so much respect for Rash Bihari Bose, so much respect for that, when in the war tribunal, the kind of that he disagreed, the sole judge to disagree. What we heard about Hiroshima, when I went there, I saw the church, I saw the big bell, indeed a place where you can actually look for peace. The amount of love and affection that the Japanese have for Indians and the Indians have for Japanese can be seen from the recent G20 summit. You saw the Japanese First Lady dressed up in a sari. You saw our Foreign Minister, he has a Japanese wife. So there is so much love, so much affection that exists between the two countries that we must always build on. And I wish Nupur-san that this magazine, which she's launching, Connecting India and Japan, will strengthen the bilateral relationship. They not just strengthen, we have about 8,000 plus citizens of Japan in India, and we have over 40,000 plus Indians in Japan contributing. And as two democracies, and of course, the 2+2 dialogues that take place, the references that were made to the Indo-Pacific, the rule of law, the democracy, the kind of professionalism, the kind of love for humanity, the love for human resource, all of it. And the Oriental, I always have felt that the Japanese that I learned from was Oriental living and Occidental thinking. They were no less, in fact, it was so much of a learning for me that when I got back from Japan to India, I think I was a transformed man. Thank you very much, Japan, for all that you've done. Thank you very much, Nupur-san. Excellent. Heartiest congratulations. I have no doubt that this magazine will connect India and Japan, will take our relationship to great heights, and we will all together make sure, like what you just said, Vasudev Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, and one future. And what better when we talk about, if you read that book of 5 rings also, same thing, whether it's Bushido, whether it's samurai, or anything. Its concept is the same. It's Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We live in peace, we ensure the peace will be strengthened when India and Japan remain and will always remain at the best of friends, sharing technology, sharing human resource, and sharing ethos and values. And I wish Nupur-san the very best. God bless. Thank you very much. Gambatte kudasai.
Thank you so much, sir, for your precious words. Your words truly serve as source of courage and determination to us. The India-Japan Business Alliance is a testament to power of synergy. We are leveraging our strength to build a brighter economic future for our people. It is a distinct honor to introduce a remarkable individual whose work has profound impact on worlds of statistics and data analysis. Please join me in extending a warm and cordial welcome to Dr. Shelja Sharma, the Director of United Nations Statistical Institute for Asia and Pacific. Ma'am, we are honored to have you here and we look forward to your valuable perspective. The stage is now yours.
Thank you so much. I also feel so honored to be here and kind of sharing the stage with people who are really so honored. And I was very intently listening to the words of the previous three speakers. And I kind of endorse each and every word, having been here for the last almost 15 months. So, having said that, dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate the launch of Connect India Japan magazine, and it is an honor for me to speak at the inauguration of this event. I have read the edition of Connect India Japan magazine, and I found it so interesting, and especially as an Indian who has been living in Japan for about 1 year. I find the magazine to be informative, engaging, and extremely relevant. I applaud the magazine team and especially Nupur, whose untiring efforts have facilitated the release of this magazine, which is so important. And it was really a long standing, probably, I think, something which should have been done earlier. I only wished that the magazine had started earlier, as it would have helped me adjust into the Japanese society and way of life more smoothly and in short period of time. I also, after my tenure at SIAP ends and I return back to India, I will remember my time back in Japan most fondly via this magazine. The magazine includes, it's really so interesting. I was reading it, and the magazine includes a whole range of interesting topics. Noticeable among them, which I found, are the first Indian who came to Japan in the service of Gautam Buddha in Nara, a fact which even I was not knowing. Cultural exchange between India and Japan, Japan India Startup Hub, the beautiful sakura bloom in Japan, which any Indian would like to see. We have only heard about the sakura in India, but when you come and see sakura in Japan, like the cherry blossom season in Japan, like it's too good. Japan culture, which includes a tale of a Japanese bride in India, families and communities in India, and Japan, and many other interesting themes, which will be of great interest to people of both the countries. I found the chapter on tastes in Japan, especially vegan and vegetarian, most capturing, as I'm a vegetarian to the core, and many Indians who come here may be having similar eating habits. So I really feel that the team of this magazine has gone into details and nitty-gritties of including almost everything. I wish all success to this magazine and hope that its distribution widens to a broader audience, people and family members living and working in Japan like me, students who may be interested in studying in Japan, people in the private sector who will bring India and Japan closer with business, and people in general who are interested in exploring India or Japan. I once again congratulate the team and especially Nupur for this great endeavor. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, Nupur and team, for giving me this chance to talking at this forum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words truly are a source of inspiration, and we really, really admire this address of yours. Thank you very much. India and Japan are two ancient civilizations, two maritime democracies, to innovative economies, to societies that respect difference and promote diversity and tolerance. Opportunities that we look forward to on collaborations between India and Japan. And we would want to gain insights upon those through the address of Mr. Suzuki Takashi now. His presence here signifies the strong bond between our countries. Mr. Suzuki's leadership and at the Japan External Trade Organization plays a pivotal role in fostering trade and investment relations between our two nations. His dedication and expertise in enhancing economic ties are greatly appreciated, and we are really honored to have him here. Over to you, sir, for your address.
Hi, thank you very much for your kind introduction. And yeah, I think the only thing I have to express is a big congratulations to Nupuru Tewari-san and your team to launch this very the interesting and important initiative, Connect India and Japan, and the setting up such a beautiful platform is really nice. And I thank again to invite me to such the precious occasion. I also would like to appreciate those the speakers, honorable speakers, Dr. Arif Muhammad Khan, Professor Tomohiko Taniguchi, Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, and Dr. Sharma for their very nice and very impressive remarks. And you may know about JETRO or not. We are Japan External Trade Organization. We are kind of a Japanese government organization, which is promoting any business between Japan and other countries. And in India, we have 5 offices, and now I'm stationed in New Delhi, JETRO New Delhi office, try to enhance more business relation, collaboration, co-working between two countries' business. And I just would like to focus on the business side between two countries in this occasion. I'm really happy to tell you that those existing Japanese business, now we can count almost 1,400 Japanese companies in India. They are doing good. And now they try to diversify their business, not only make in India and sell in India, but now their new challenge is make in India and export to the world. This is one trend. And another trend is that now more and more Japanese companies in India is trying to explore the abroad, the market, the foreign countries. They are also conducting the research and development activities in India. So they make in India, they create the new products or services in India and try to explore the world market. This is another phenomenon. And third point is that finally, those Japanese companies are keen to take advantage of India's digital capability, India's IT and Japanese industry. They now started to work together. These three phenomena is recently happening, and it's really interesting to see it. On the other hand, those are newcomers from Japan. Now a kind of the interest from Japanese business community is, I think, the highest ever, the momentum. Almost every day, some Japanese guests are coming to my office and asking how they can launch their business in India. This is happening, but the number of those Japanese companies in India is not so much increasing these 5-6 years, is a kind of the stuck. So our challenge is how we can invite more newcomers from Japan. And you also recognize that the major industries of Japanese existing business in India is automotives. So we would like to diversify those sectors from Japan, more diversified, maybe electronics or more service industries, the more other the consumer related business, they can come to India. This is one challenge. And the second challenge, the biggest one actually, we see very small number of Japanese small and medium-sized companies in India. I told you there are 1,400 Japanese companies in India, but among them, Japanese SMEs are only 15%. But on the other hand, looking at the situation in China or ASEAN countries, their Japanese the companies, half of them or more than half of them are Japanese SMEs. So the situation happening in India is the kind of unique. So we also would like to invite more Japanese SMEs. This is second challenge. And third challenge, we have to promote more people-to-people connect. You may know that, for example, the Indians living in Japan, only 60,000. But for example, the Nepalese, such a small countries, people, they are more than 1.6 lakh in Japan. And Chinese people in Japan, I think it's more than 7 lakh. So the people-to-people exchange is still small between India and Japan. And we have to support such kind of the grassroots exchange. Otherwise, no business diversification is happening. So even JETRO, we are actually the trade and investment promotion organization. Even JETRO is now engaged in more people-to-people connect. In that sense, the initiative taken by Nupur Theory-san, you make a very nice initiative. And actually it's my the official commitment to work together with you to promote more grassroots exchange between two countries that will create the new business relation between two countries. And lastly, again, the congratulations for this opening of the nice initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights and words. Now, moving forward, we now have a special video message by Mr. Kenzie Sugino, who is Secretary General, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, India.
Namaste, dear friend and colleagues. मेरा name is Kenzie Sugino है. I'm honored to have been asked to speak at the launch event of Connect India Japan magazine. Unfortunately, I'm unable to attend in person due to prior commitments. So I hope you will accept this video message instead. As a young man of 22, I traveled to India for the first time and fell in love with its rich culture and fascinating people. Since then, I have been committed to strengthen the tie between India and Japan, and I believe that Connect India Japan is an important step in the direction. I would like to congratulate Dr. Arif Muhammad Khan and Nupur Theory on the launch of this exciting publication. It's my hope that it will serve as a bridge between our two great nations, fostering deeper understanding and appreciation for one another. I wish you all the best for successful launch, and I look forward to seeing the positive impacts Connect India Japan will undoubtedly have in the future. Thank you very much. Dhanyawad.
Namaste. メラナムヌプティワリヘ。こんにちは。テワリヌプルと申します。Hello.
Japan and India, as two major democracies in Asia, have a responsibility to work together for regional stability and prosperity. This friendship is an asset to the world, so please join me in extending a warm welcome to Lieutenant General Kanwal Jeet Dhillon. His distinguished military career and dedication to our nation is an inspiration. We look forward to his valuable insights today. Sir, the stage is yours now, and we are honored to have you here.
Good afternoon. Am I audible? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great honor to be present at the inaugural launch of Connect India Japan magazine, launched by Ms. Nupur Tiwari. And I'm also really honored to have listened to the previous speakers, starting with His Excellency Dr. Arif Muhammad Khan, General Kulkarni, and all the esteemed panelists. Having known Ms. Nupur Tiwari, her initiative, her sort of the commitment with which she works. I've seen her work, I have met her personally and her daughter at my home, along with my family, and the work she has done in India, and especially Kashmir, because Kashmir is very close to my heart. When she visited Kashmir, interacted with the young children, students, ladies of Kashmir, she made friends, and she is a very respected figure in that part of India, as also in other parts of India, and of course, Japan. So Ms. Nupur Tiwari's initiative, she discussed a lot of ideas with me. I think this is something which was very much required. India and Japan, as the previous speakers have spoken, has a shared destiny in history as also in future. The language barrier, which was touched upon by the previous speaker, had kept us from knowing each other in more intimate and better manner. I have grown up, seeing Suzuki's and Honda's and National Panasonics and Sony music systems, and everything connected to Japan, technological advancements, and of course, the feeling of oneness, the feeling of homeliness, and the courtesies. You meet a Japanese person, the amount of courtesy which he or she would express in a mannerism, in a speech, you feel elated, you feel welcome. You feel like being friend to that person. So that is what Japan-India relationship brings to the table. We have a shared destiny, as a lot of speakers have spoken about it, will not go into it. Indo-Pacific is the game of future. And these two powers, the economic powers, the democratic powers in this region, I think we have a lot to learn from each other's culture, each other's economy, each other's habits, each other's cuisines, each other's way of life. And this magazine, as I have understood, touches specifically these very subjects of Japan and India, and it will give a great opportunities to this generation and more importantly, the future generations to understand the two countries. So I think this magazine is a great step in the right direction. And Ms. Nupur Tiwari and her team, as always brings out something new for everyone to explore. So this magazine, I am looking forward to it. I am very enthusiastic about it. We, as I said, we have a shared future, may it be Quad, may it be Indo-Pacific, may it be technological exchanges, may it be in the military domain, strategic domain, political domain, economic domain, sports arena, cultural exchanges. I think there's a lot for the countries and the population and the next generations of both these countries. And I think it is just a very small beginning for a great future cooperation and collaboration. I, on behalf of everyone here, wish Ms. Nupur Tiwari and the team, Connect India Japan, all the very best. May you grow from bound to bound. Wishing you and your team and the magazine all the success, and both the country's population and people a great future. Happiness always. Thank you. Good day. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Thank you so much, sir. And your military career has indeed served as a source of inspiration for all of us. This address coming from you means a lot. So thank you very much once again. India and Japan, bound by history, march forward together towards prosperity and peace. It is my pleasure to introduce a distinguished guest who has made significant contributions to the field of defense analysis and writing. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Ms. Misa Sakurabayashi, a respected defense writer. Over to you now, ma'am.
桜林さん、ちょっとミュートになってます。
I'm sorry.
大丈夫、大丈
Thank you for introducing me. Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Mr. Sakurabayashi. I'm very honored to be invited to participate in such a wonderful project. Congratulations. I respect Chiwari-san's effort. I would like to introduce myself first. I'm a writer about Japanese security and Japanese self-defense force. It means Japanese force and Japanese defense industry. In recent years, the relationship between Japanese self-defense force and the Indian force rapidly become closer. So I have a lot of opportunity to write about it. But I realized I didn't know about India well. I think we need to know each other. So my grandfather passed away 80 years ago, just 80 years ago in September in Burma. He participated in the Impar operation as a soldier. There are a lot of histories between India and Japan, but many Japanese people now do not know much about India and Japan, including history. But Indian engineers are already active in Japan, and according to the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, there will be a shortage of 450,000 personnel in Japan by IT personnel in Japan by 2030, which means that the need for Indian high-level human resources is increasing in Japan. Furthermore, in recent years, people from India have been appointed one after another as CEO of famous companies such as IBM, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Chanel, as well as the president of the World Bank, etc. The Western media has been begun to call India is a CEO export country. So I think India has a lot of things that things Japan doesn't have. For example, young population, education, especially science and technology, IT engineer, global company CEO. There are no global company, famous company CEO Japanese in Japan. And I think most important thing the Indian possessing is spirit. It means toughness and energy. Nowadays, we lost such a strong spirit in Japan. I think we should learn a lot from India. So I'm so excited now to launch this brilliant challenge. I would like to say congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a beautiful address. We shall surely remember an address like this for a long time to come, and will serve as an inspiration for us in writing down the next elements of the magazine. So thank you very much. And as we know that from samurai to yoga, sushi to curry, India and Japan's cultural exchange is a tapestry of diversity and unity. We are privileged to introduce a guest who has made significant contributions to the world of business. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Anup Agarwal, the President of Rich Diamonds Incorporation, as he has a special video message for us on today's occasion. His leadership and achievements in the business world are commendable. We are honored to have him with us today in the form of this video message, and we look forward to the insights and wisdom he has to share with us today.
Congratulations on the launch of Connect India Japan magazine. This is a big achievement to women empowerment by Ms. Nupur, who has worked significantly to make this possible. It's wonderful to see a magazine that highlights the culture of both countries, a milestone moment for us Indians residing in Japan. Arigato, dhanyawad.
Of diplomacy, culture exchange is the universal language of friendship. We now have a video message for Mr. Sumit Grover, the Vice President of Tech Mahindra. So let us hear the insights that he has to share with us today.
Many congratulations to India-Japan Business Magazine on this great occasion of the magazine launch. Congratulations, Nupur, and the entire team who's worked on this tirelessly for years altogether. I am sure through this launch, a lot of people both from India and Japan will benefit, exploring purpose, exploring partnerships with a lot of perseverance. And I wish this initiative the best of luck.
To address these, it is my pleasure to introduce a distinguished guest who leads an essential organization in the realm of security. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. James Angelis, the President of International Security Industry Council in Japan. His leadership in the field of security is of great significance, and we are honored to have him here with us today. We eagerly anticipate the insights he has to share with us today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction and esteemed respect for all the speakers here today, and a special thanks to Nupur for her vision, for her energy to unite people and to common purpose. My role is to help secure that future that we talked about for one family. The defense and the security of our countries is at risk. We depend upon the relationship between Japan and India to preserve democratic ideals worldwide. And in the very few moments that I have, I want to underline a great initiative that was announced tonight by Taniguchi-san. The bust of Gandhi in Hiroshima, which appeared at the G7 meeting, is an opportunity for India and Japan to seriously serve as an honest broker in human relations in a very divided planet. I'm actually born in America. I've grown up in Europe. I've lived in Japan. I have Japanese family. I can easily see that without India and Japan uniting under this great cause, that we may lose it all. Our ways of life, our cultures, our freedom to enterprise, our individual rights to speech and to religion, these can all vanish quite quickly. So my only message here today to celebrate the inauguration of this magazine is that it helped serve that purpose. And I thank you for this opportunity to underline Taniguchi's message. Arigato.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Now, moving forward, I'm delighted to introduce a guest who has played a vital role in the business community. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. L. Rabindran, the immediate past president of the Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce. His leadership and contribution to the business and commerce sector in industry and commerce are highly commendable. We are honored to have him with us today, and we look forward to insights he will share. Sir, the stage is now yours.
Namaste, Konbanwa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in India and from Japan. I'm deeply inspired by the speech of His Excellency Governor of Kerala, Dr. Arif Mohammad Khanji, and all the other speakers were really very inspiring. My special thanks goes to Miss Nupur Tiwari for having considered me to be present here this afternoon. I must admit that she has extraordinary courage in speaking to me 45 days earlier about her new initiative. And within 45 days, she's able to bring about a success story. She has been constantly prodding me in ensuring that this initiative reaches success, and I have contributed the least minimum. The number of people who have joined together in bringing about this magazine, which spans the areas of economics, technology, food, entertainment, religion, startup, marriage and family, and across cultures between Japan and India is splendid. Such a wonderful work, noble work, and tireless work put by her team and her set of people. I am reporting from Bangalore, which happens to be the headquarters of the Toyota Group, which employs large number of people for over 25 years. And it has been helmed by a big business family, Kirloskar family, which brought Toyota to Bangalore in India. And the Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce that I represent has more than 900 members, corporate members at that, and it has plans to do something extraordinary. First most important thing is it has set up an office in Tokyo about 3 years back under our past president, Mr. T.R. Parshuraman. And now this legacy of making it a fruition is being carried by a team of my members by name Mr. Srinivasan, Mr. Murli, and many others, including the current president, Dr. Devarajan, and others. The most important success story has been that there has been a summit that happened about less than 2 months back, where I met Madam Nupur Tiwari ji. And while that was a success story by itself, there is a two-way delegation that is planned between both the countries, where the Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce will play a substantial role both from Bangalore and in Japan. All of us are well aware about the contributions that both Japan and India bring together, both in terms of special strategic and global partnerships, the cooperation, collaboration that follows in the areas of defense, security, economic, technology, and other cooperation methods. With these words, I wish to thank the contributors for the magazine, both in money terms as well as otherwise, in terms of the language and the ease with which this magazine could be read. And more importantly, I'm sure that the Chamber of Commerce from our country, Bangalore, and other parts of India will formulate a success story for this magazine for the years to come. I'm very, very sure that this magazine is going to be one of the star attractions for the next many years. And all of us should contribute our best to making this a success story. And Nupur Tiwari ji, I cannot thank you enough, but thank you for the success story that you're trying to unleash between both countries. I'm very, very sure that things will work very well. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a powerful address. We'd like to extend our gratitude for you to be present here and deliver such strong words of wisdom for us. Cultural bonds know no borders, and now we also have a special video message by Dr. Anand Ranganathan, who is a scientist and a writer. We are extremely honored to hear from him today, and we'd like to welcome him through this video message in today's event.
Hello, I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you to a groundbreaking initiative that is set to redefine the relationship between India and Japan like never before. It is with immense pride that I present Connect India Japan, an ambitious project led by the visionary Nupur Tiwari. With over 2 decades of dedicated social work in both India and Japan, Nupur Tiwari has a proven track record of establishing successful initiatives including Heal Tokyo, Heal India, and the Nupur Tiwari Show. Her relentless commitment to bridging gaps and fostering collaboration between these two great nations has now given birth to Connect India Japan. This initiative is not just another project, it's a historic endeavor that aims to connect India and Japan in every aspect imaginable. I believe in the power of collaboration and the limitless opportunities that arise when two cultures come together. And with Nupur Tiwari at the helm, I am confident that Connect India Japan will create a legacy that will endure for generations. My very best wishes Nupur. Dhanyavad, arigato gozaimasu.
What an inspiring video. Now, moving forward, I am pleased to introduce you to a guest who has held a significant position in the corporate world. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Tomio Isogai, the former Managing Director of Sharp. His contribution to Sharp and his experience in the industry are highly commendable. We are honored to have him here with us and we look forward to insights he will share with us. Sir, the stage is yours now.
Thank you, and good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very much delighted to be here with the presence of all the dignitaries, and I'd like to congratulate my friend Nupul for your gracious this occasion and to inaugurate your very ambitious endeavor to start a new publication in bilateral languages, bilingual languages for bilateral relations, and to bridge the two nations even much closer than ever. I'm just committed to you to make myself as one of the best contributors to this endeavor of yours, and I will be happy to join you and support you and appreciate your endeavors as well as mine to be supported by you. And let's make the two nations closer than ever. Many people say the India's era has come. Yes, without a doubt. But I would rather say the time has now come for all the two nations and all our people together to work out together for the betterment of the world, to make it one family. I do believe from my heart, only Indians and Japanese can make the strongest partners forever. That is what I believe. And you have made a very important step forward towards this goal to make it happen as early as we can. It's a big challenge to make one family amongst all the world, but we Japanese and you Indians can do this great work together. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir, for such precious words. I would now like to invite Mr. Rajesh Pandya, MD of KAI India and the Honorable Board Member of Connect India Japan, to kindly address us with his precious words of wisdom. Over to you, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me at the last minute. I was not feeling really well, but the passion and the hard working of Nupur Tiwari has changed my heart, and she forced me to speak few words. But I'm very much delighted to speak for her anytime in my life, because I've seen her passion, her enthusiasm, the way she conduct herself, the way she present herself is beyond words. And this magazine, I have seen few magazines available in India, in Gurgaon, the Chalo magazine. And I was always wondering that who will take the initiative. And I'm very glad that from Japan side, Nupur Tiwari ji is taking this initiative connecting Japan, India, magazine is a wonderful venture, and I'm very, very glad for her this project, and I wish her all the best, not only her, the whole team of Nupur Tiwari ji. And thank you very much, Nupur ji. I really appreciate your hard work, and you're trying to connect Japan and India. As Mr. Suzuki of Jetro said, that in India, in Japan, we have got only less than 50,000 Indians living in Japan. But such a small country like Nepal, Nepalese are living in Japan are 150,000. That is 3 times more for such a small country. Is really surprising that what are we doing? I mean, we need to board the aircrafts and go to Japan as soon as possible, you know. So the relations starts with the human, and the grassroots of human is very, very important for everybody. The relations between Japan and India are excellent, but by this magazine, I'm sure it will reach to better heights, and sky is the limit. Omedetou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimashita. I wish you all the best, Nupurji. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciation always is a great motivation, and it coming from you multiplies it by 4-fold. So thank you very much once again. We are reminded of the words of wisdom from the great Mahatma Gandhi today. You must be the change that you want to see in the world. Our presence here is a testament to be that change, to lead our nations towards the progress, and to work together towards a beautiful world.
This magazine is one of its own kind that shall begin new possibilities in the world of collaboration and relationships from the two countries. With this, we come to an end of today's event. I would now like to call upon our respectable founder, Ms. Nupur Tiwari, who has been our guiding light throughout and has mentored us constantly, in order to make this project a success right from its beginning. Ma'am, please, I would request you to deliver the vote of the thanks.
最後に、日本語でご説明させていただきます。文化的な絆には国境がありません。それらは言語や地理を超え、私たちの生活を豊かにするつながりを築きます。この対話と協力の旅に乗り出すとき、私たちは偉大なマハトマ・ガンジーの知恵の言葉を思い出します。あなたが見た変化はあなた自身でなければありません。今日ここに私たちが存在することは、私たちの国々を進歩に導き、美しい世界に向けて協力するための変化の証です。この雑誌は両国の協力と関係の世界に新たな可能性をもたらす独自の雑誌の一つです。これにて本日のイベントは終了となります。ここで私たちの尊敬すべきコネクトインディアジャパン創設者であるヌプール・テワリ女子に呼びかけたいと思います。ヌプール・テワリ女子は私たちの導きの光であり、当初からこのプロジェクトを成功させるために常に私たちを指導してくださいました。彼女に感謝の声を届けてください。最後にヌプール・テワリさん、スピーチをお願いします。
ナマステ、こんばんは。皆さん、本当に長い間こそやってもらってすみません。本当に。I'm so sorry I made you all wait for so long, and but I'm sure that you all are enjoying, and especially me, I'm enjoying each and every one, the distinguished panelists. And as usual, I never actually prepare my speech. You can criticize me for that. Today also, I did not prepare anything. I just would like to say that everything I do passionately, and being a spiritual person, I think it comes from inside. So before I thank everyone, I'd like to say a little bit about me. I feel that I was born in India. Japan raised me. But in India, we say if last in the end is good, then everything is good. We started with a lot of technical problems. Two countries, people are together. Which I wanted. When I came to Japan, I just didn't want to be another person, just came here and just enjoying the city life. I wanted to know the soul of Japan. I still remember that day when I could not speak even one word of Japanese. I went to a Ichiba, it's a small store, vegetable store it was. And I did not know, I did not know what to buy, how to buy. It was like second or third day when I landed in Japan. And there was a Kozue-san. I still remember after 19 years, I'm talking about the 2003. And she just asked me that, what do you want? Like in Japanese, but with the gesture. I said, I want to buy this. How much? How I have to pay? I was just communicating with gesture, and she was communicating. We both were communicating by gesture. And, we communicated very well. She took my number. She gave it to someone who could speak English. And from that lady, I got a call in the evening. This is the way I started my life in Japan. So I did not know how to speak Japanese. Today I can speak fluently, but at that time, 2003, when I landed, after 2-3 days, I didn't know how to speak Japanese, even one word. But I never really had any problems in Japan. People really get surprised, like, how did you survive? I really never had any problems here, because I think again, if I talk about being a spiritual person, I'd say, like, I feel that my previous life, I have connection with Japan, and I feel the same. Both India is my motherland, and Japan, which gave me so much love, which raised me very well, I would say. So today, every moment I look for how I can pay back to my both countries. And this is another opportunity. This is actually just, I feel, again, being a spiritual person, you might not believe it. I feel that universe is making me the medium to do a lot of things. I have done a lot of things between two countries. As, Sir Dhilan sir said, Lieutenant General Dhilan, that I went to Kashmir. And I went to Kashmir. That was my first time going to Kashmir and doing counseling and winning heart. People really don't go to Kashmir for doing counseling, but that was my reason to visiting Kashmir. And this is the way I live my life. I want to do things meaningful, and this is another milestone. This is something which I always wanted to do, but I did not know how to do it. I got perfect team. I got perfect people in my life. From Dr. Arif Muhammad Khan, Honorable Governor, to Pandya sir, all the panelists, all the speakers spoke so well. Today, I feel so overwhelmed. And today, I miss my parents. Today, I miss that. I wish I could, see my parents in front of me, like the way I see you all. I'm sorry for being emotional. So today is a very big day, not only my life. As we Indian, we call our motherland Ma. It means the mother, Okasan. So Japan is my Okasan, and India is my Okasan too. I'm trying my bit to pay back to my both countries. I need you, all of you here. Without you, actually, I'm nothing. Whatever I'm doing, with all of your support. And as Dr. Arif Muhammad Khan, Honorable Governor Sir said, that Japan and India, how deeply rooted we are. Sir General Kulkarni sir said that the way he came here and learned so many things, and I learned so many things from Kulkarni sir. Actually, he taught me that Nupur, just do it. Each of you, whoever today spoke here, I learned from all of you. And today I feel so privileged that I could bring all of you here on the same platform, and you all are going to contribute to this magazine, not only this magazine, just a medium to both countries, to make this bridge bigger and better like never before. We all together, I believe, I started my life in Japan, so I believe in team spirit. Together we can. Maybe individually, I can walk, but with you all, we can walk far. We can take more people with us. We can hold hands and we can just keep walking. Maybe we can run as well. So this magazine, just a medium, we all want India-Japan, great relation, not only geopolitical way, not only defense, but from culture to defense to spiritual to definitely business. And we have to, because without knowing the culture, we cannot do business. So we have to know from 1 to 100 everything of both countries. As Taniguchi Sensei said, that late Prime Minister Abe, Shinzo Abe, he had his childhood learning about the story of his grandfather about India. It is so much privilege to know, to learn these things from him. He is an asset for all of us. Taniguchi Sensei is definitely an asset. As James said, that we are one earth, one family, and one future. So we have to, even security-wise also, we have to think that how we can be more and more definitely connected. And Dr. Sharma said that this magazine, she wished that she had this magazine before. She could have had, could have solved a lot of problems before. So this magazine is today here. As Rabindran sir said, that I went to him for help and he guided me within few days that I did. Maybe that support I needed, little bit just emotional support, and I just managed everything. It was not meant for today. And each of you, as Dhilan sir said, that I discussed with him everything. Today I'm missing Nagao-san. I keep talking to Nagao-san. As Sakurabayashi-san said, Misa-san said, that we keep meeting. I learned so many things from beautiful, graceful Misa-san, Sakurabayashi-san. And definitely Anu Agarwal-san, Grover-san, and Dr. Ranganathan, everybody here today, those who spoke, you all are achievers. You are so great. And today I feel so honored. We feel instead so honored that you gave us your valuable time. Suzuki-san said that definitely he will be working with me. It's such an honor, and you all gave your time, and together we can make this bridge. Spiritual, business, any sector, any aspect we can cover, this magazine is going to cover. As you heard that we are not only magazine, but we are going to have a news portal, which is coming maybe within a month, and a business portal, which is already ready, where you can put your businesses to connect, networking, organic networking you can do, just putting your business there, your requirement, your resume, whatever you want. We will promote and we will take you to take those to the right people. So this is a complete one-stop solution. We have the Nupur Tiwari show, which is digital medium. We have portal, we have business portal, and we have news portal. So we need, if I say I don't want to say I, this is together we can do. So this belongs to all of us, both countries people, not only both countries, it is for all of us. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, for entire world. So let's be together. Our focus should be fixed, and let's work hard to make this bridge really better and bigger. So from the bottom of my heart, I really thank you, everyone. You cannot imagine how much overwhelmed I am to see you all on the same platform. And I feel that you all made me, made my entire year. And one more thing which I really want to announce here, that we are planning for a big event in India in November, and we'll be definitely needing you all there. And thank you so much for Flex Analyst, for our ecosystem partner. And thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you so much, Isi. Thank you so much, my entire team, for working so hard for making this happen. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. And as you could feel, it was not a speech. Everything I spoke from heart. So from heart, we will do it. We'll make it happen. And we'll be bigger, better, and the biggest. Jai Hind and Jai Japan. Jai Nihon. Namaste. ありがとうございました。本当にありがとうございました。皆さんお世話になりました。大変お世話になりました。本当に心から感謝しています。本当にありがとうございました。So with this, I would like to end today's event. Yutika, you can just end it and with few words. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me just say thank you to everyone, because I think I should not just miss anyone here. And thank you, Honorable Governor Sir. Thank you, Professor Taniguchi Sensei. Thank you, Lieutenant General General Kulkarni Sir. Thank you, Dr. Shelja Sharma, Ma'am. Suzuki-san, thank you so much. 本当にありがとうございました。Sugino-san, 本当にありがとうございました。Dylan sir, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there always. And Anup Agarwal ji, thank you so much for wonderful message. Sumit, thank you. Thanks a lot. James, always it is pleasure to work with you, to learn from you. Mr. Rabindran, always thank you for guiding me so much. Nagawa-san couldn't be here. Ranganathan ji, Anand ji, thank you so much for sending me the video. Isugai-san, hontou ni arigatou gozaimasu. Pandya-san, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And Kulkarni sir, always, thank you so much for being there always, and teaching me everything. You all are my mentors. Thank you. Hontou ni arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you so much, Nupur ma'am. Thank you for always acting as a source of guidance for us. Thank you for joining us with this initiative and taking this initiative to connect the two countries. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our guests, special chief guests, all the dignitaries, everybody from the Connect India Japan team, the editors, the people who are leading the team, and also the technical team who has made this event possible. And thank you very much. We hope that from today on, we can work together, all of us, to make this initiative a big success. And we should all, as Nupur ma'am said, it is not an individual effort. It is everybody's effort, and it is all of our responsibility to make this a huge success. And we shall meet you all in the November physical edition of the Connect India Japan launch. Thank you very much. And we can all leave the meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.